You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
This is Raised in the Woods. Whether you were raised in the woods or raised in a mere home, this show's going to tell you and show you how to take the great outdoors and make it a great part of your life. My name is Joel Kleefisch, and you are?
Whoever you want me to be this week.
You're Ellie Lawton.
Ellie Lawton.
You are an acclaimed certified French culinarian, among other things. But for the purposes of this show, you're the co-host. Appreciate having you along. Great to have you. What an awesome time to be in the Midwest. While
what a time to be alive.
Is sprunging, which is awesome.
The geese have their goslings.
Yes.
The turkeys are out beating each other up. It's such a beautiful time.
I do love it when all of the little ducks and geese are waddling around. They are
Aren't
so
they
cute.
so darling?
And it really makes me angry when people accuse hunters of not caring about animals. We are animal lovers.
Oh my
and
gosh,
hunting
yes.
and fishing and angling and foraging, those are all things that contribute to the conservation of a state.
Yes.
Keeping these populations in check is important, damn it.
Healthy populations mean healthy animals that live happy lives.
Absolutely. Contributor Megan Salazar is here as per usual. Mags, what's going on? Do you like Mags as a nickname?
Mags?
No,
not
like
that.
a mag?
We're not doing that.
Like a
Nope,
yeah,
don't
like
go
a
there.
magazine. For
I don't even do Meg.
You
Yeah,
don't do
there no
Megan?
mag.
No.
There's
all right.
three people in this world that call me Meg, and one of them is now passed. So
All right. Well, I might have to fill that in, though. No, Megan's
Whoa.
you
fine.
can't take place of
Megan,
my grandmother.
the sommelier. That's true. Salazar is here. Did you have a good week?
Yeah.
Good. You have.
I mean, I've got puppies, so I mean,
You've
how
got
can my
a
life
brood of
be?
like
yes.
74, literally 1 week old puppies right now at home.
They're going to be 2 weeks old.
Oh, they're so
Jeez,
cute.
you can put them in your pocket. Can they see yet?
No, their eyes are just sprouting out of the potatoes right now.
Hey, can
Well,
we put an
I don't know what
updated
that
photo
means,
of the
but-
puppies on the Facebook page?
Let's put a picture.
Or one of your videos.
Folks, if you
they're
do
so
not follow
darling.
us, our Facebook page is Raised in the Woods. You'll get an insight into what we do during the week, how we spend our time outdoors, and you'll get to have little glimpses of the show.
You guys
on
don't
there.
let me see it, but I like to listen to what's on it.
What do you mean we don't let you see it? Just because you don't have Facebook, I don't.
I screenshot it for
I don't
her.
have a
Yeah.
personal Facebook. I don't do a personal Facebook either, but I do love the Raised in the Woods Facebook page because
Yeah,
we get to hear
there's
from
some
listeners.
good stuff on
We get
there.
to hear, and we get to hear from listeners on that,
Yes.
and that makes me very happy.
I want some listeners to tell us what we should cook next.
Oh, I love that idea.
I want a cooking challenge. I'm up for, since I've recovered from the raccoon challenge, I need a new cooking challenge.
What do you mean you've recovered from it?
Well, you kind of set me up there.
How?
You know.
What do you mean? Because you didn't technically win the
I
challenge?
did not
Is that
win.
okay, but your raccoon
didn't
was
win, but it was
fantastic.
awesome.
But the judges knew which raccoon was which.
Yeah, because mine didn't have carrots in it.
Well, if you didn't listen to the show at that time, Chef Lawton went.
Lobes is looking at us like, what is going on here?
A 174-year-old, or no, 99-year-old
99-year-old recipe.
For raccoons in a raccoon feed in the middle of Wisconsin, in the middle of the Midwest. And Chef Lawton prepared a competing raccoon recipe.
Sure did.
All
It
the
was fun.
recipes were absolutely delicious. But, it was put on by the American Legion, and they had their judges who knew what theirs tasted like.
Of
So-
course, yes.
But theirs is incredibly good. and
theirs
it's
was
fantastic.
really good. Mine was really good too.
Yes, it was very good. Yes, don't worry. Yours was very good.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Okay.
I wouldn't be hurt if someone said it was bad. I mean, why would I
There
care?
are a lot of people who wouldn't try raccoon in the first place.
It was delicious.
It was absolutely delicious. It's
But we
the
should have
Yes,
another
but I
challenge.
need a
fourth year.
challenge.
We need a challenge.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen.
I'm
if
sure
you
Joel will
listen to
come
the
up with
show-
one in about 5 minutes.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I know that our number one listener of this show, Gary Fluid.
Shout out to Gary.
Sorry,
Shout out to
George.
Gary.
And
Well,
George.
George is our number 2 listener now. 'cause
Whoa.
George listens often on the podcast, and Gary's
Okay.
got the radio tuned. If you have Civic
Thank you,
Media
Gary. We appreciate you.
in your area, Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, or Iowa, you tune it to Civic Media on Saturdays at 11 o'clock. You can hear the show live. If you do miss it, you can follow up on the podcast, civicmedia.us or Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And it is worth it because we have an absolute blast here. But I can guarantee that we will get at least one listener to go on our Facebook page and send a cooking challenge. I'm going to add Megan to the mix for Megan Salazar and Chef Ellie Lawton.
Well, can we do it before my surgery then, or else I need a sous chef?
Well, you can. I'll be a sous chef for you then. That's fine.
Well,
Todd
then, do
Schaller
I
will
get a
be
sous chef?
No.
I vote
you
Todd
don't.
and
You're
Lobes.
you're a certified chef. You get.
right.
You already.
Try it.
You got it handled. You don't need a
Jeez.
sous chef.
My rules are always different.
When I was growing up, I thought sous chef was soup chef. Like I thought that was the chef that made the soup.
No,
before
they
the
have a
dinner.
different name, don't they?
A soup chef?
Soup
Is there a
chef?
soup
Is there a
chef?
salad chef?
Is there? There's a
Garmin
magic
J.
chef.
Yeah.
Magic chef. There's Turbo Chef. That's his actual thing.
Is that device thing that
Yeah,
kind
I-
of shot out the
The
salad
sh-
shooter?
the
That was
salad
the salad
Oh,
shooter.
the salad
That's
shooter.
what I was thinking of. the
Every
salad
hunter should
shooter.
have a salad shooter, shouldn't they?
Yeah, but how many people really eat a salad at camp? Right?
Not many.
No.
But I also
A meat
remember
salad.
back in the
Thank
day,
you.
they did like on one of those consumer shows, they tested the salad shooter because the stuff just kind of drips out of it. It doesn't really shoot out of
Do
it.
you guys remember the shake weight?
Absolutely.
Wait, why is that?
How did we end up here?
Because the salad shooter reminds me of the shake
Shake
weight.
weight.
And that reminds me of that thing that Suzanne Summers used to do, the thigh master.
no, I
Master.
don't want to
Yeah.
think about that.
I had a thigh master.
Honestly,
My
the,
mom did too
The
back
only
in the
thigh
80s.
master I want is like a pile of chicken thighs breaded.
Ooh, yeah, I do like
Deep
that. Is my
fried.
favorite part of the chicken.
That's a
There's no
thigh
doubt about
master for me.
Oh, we're off the rails already at the beginning of the show. And we have a couple very high-level guests here who have been, they came to the show, before the show they were friends. I don't know if they are anymore because
Right.
We
they've
talked him
got
into
some-
returning this
That
week.
is,
so
we did talk them into coming back, but they have some turkey camp tales, some turkey tales.
Ooh.
Turkey
Megan has
tales.
turkey tails in the
camp.
freezer.
And just to,
Yeah.
I just want to preface this a little bit by saying that Eric Loebner, who is here, who's literally one of the highest ranking people in the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, he's like the czar of fish, wildlife, and
he's
parks.
the czar lobe.
Actually, he's more like the emperor, really.
Emperor might be a better term than czar. I like emperor. Czar sounds kind of negative. I like emperor better.
He is the emperor. He's the emperor of Wisconsin's wildlife. When you step out of your home and into the great outdoors, you are under the jurisdiction
Emperor Eric.
Emperor Loebner.
Emperor Lobes.
Emperor
Yeah.
Yes.
Just don't forget it.
Yeah, so get in, so
I'm
get
just
in
saying.
line, guys.
Reminds
Does that
me of that
come with,
regular.
did you get a crown when
You know, that
It's
is
a
such
camouflage
job.
crown
I don't,
with a little fish on
I
it.
need one though. I don't
We
have
can make
one.
you
And
one
We
out
should
of
make-
dandelions.
Oh,
I'd take
Your
that.
kids
that
used
would
to
be
do that.
precious.
Yeah, I don't know about dandelions, but maybe if I get enough antlers or something.
Yeah, an antler crown.
Oh,
That
that's-
would be pretty cool. And his buddy, his friend,
Loose term.
and
Loosely,
his former colleague, Todd Schaller, who was literally the head chief warden, the highest ranking police official in the state of Wisconsin, who now is retired and evidently sleeps in every day, takes a bunch of naps, and just kills turkeys and
sends
shows off to his
what
buddies.
else is he supposed to be doing? I think a lot of retired folks could take some notes from Todd.
I do too, but I knew Todd
But
even
Todd's
back
so
when he
busy
was
all the
working,
time.
and he was having plenty of fun back then too.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So Todd,
Todd's a fun guy.
Todd, why did Lobes start out like come into the house as buddies, and now he's mad at you? What's going on? What did we miss of this turkey camp? Well, that all of a sudden Loebner doesn't like you anymore.
Let's talk.
What happens
Yes.
at
See.
turkey camp stays at turkey
Thank you.
camp. There's
Thank
a piece
you.
of that.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I need to know what you guys ate at turkey camp. Can we talk about that a
I
little
want
bit?
to first let's talk about why they got into it. Like what's
Well,
going
first
on?
we have to do our wild of the week.
Oh gosh, you're getting us back on track. All right.
Yes. So who's going to start?
I'll start. I had one of the most fun, enjoyable turkey hunts personally of my life. I was driving down a country road in Zone 2 between Deerfield and Oconomowoc. I saw a massive tom by himself in the middle of a cornfield. I drove in the next driveway, knocked on the farmer's door. He was out back. He was working on grain in one of his barns. I said, I looked at him, I said, "Hi, my name's Joel. There's a turkey in the field across the street. Do you mind if I try to kill it?" And he said, "Yes, go ahead." He said, "Kill them all. I got 30 of them over there." Well, I only have one tag, and God knows in the past I shot 2 with 1 shot, so I wasn't going to take that risk.
You didn't want to be on the cover of TMZ again.
I didn't want to be on the cover of the magazine again. So I took a turkey fan that I have, and I belly crawled. I had the marks on my legs to show for it. I belly crawled about 60 yards to a base of a tree, and I sat at the base of the tree, and I held out that turkey fan, and I started giving some yelps with a mouth call, and pretty soon a hen poked her head up, and she came right over by me, and I thought she was going to bust me, but the tom was right in tow. Then I had to I was thinking to myself, how am I going to let go of this fan and still get an aim on this turkey?
I'm picturing a guy trying to play like 15 instruments.
I was juggling.
Now.
I had 3, 4, 5 balls in the air at that point, and I knew this hen was going to come around the tree and bust me, so I was staying still. And when you're 250 pounds and you're sitting behind a pine tree, there's not a lot of cover.
That's a big turkey.
That's a big turkey. But somehow I was able to bring that Benelli Rob Roberts right around the tree.
Nice.
And squeeze the trigger with the TSS, and it was a really quick, good, ethical kill, about a 30-yard shot. Nice. And I had a massive trophy. And that... I had never had it like that, where I just knocked on the door, went after the turkey right away like that, and it was successful. 99% of the times, if I'm trying to stalk within anywhere of a turkey to get them interested, they will bust you because they see 7 times better than a deer.
They're so smart.
Yeah,
but
they're so dumb.
Well, they're instinct. I like to say they have a small brain, but they're instinctive more than any other animal.
Survivalist.
They are survivalists.
Yes.
Todd Schaller, former warden for the DNR, all around great guy, fantastic waterfowl hunter. Yeah, see, Loebner's still better. We're going to get to that.
Yeah. We're going to have to
Good thing
separate
they didn't drive together.
Yeah, no kidding.
Did you get out in the woods this week?
I did. I had a first. I've had coyotes come to my decoy. I've had deer come to my decoy. I've had turkeys come to my decoy. I had a hawk
I thought you were going to say bobcat.
and hit it twice.
I've had
Went
that
down
happen.
and boom,
Interesting.
you could hear him hit the
Never
plastic.
had that
I've
happen.
had that
Flew up.
happen.
Spun around, came back down, hit it again. The crows were going crazy as that hawk was zipping and diving on my hen.
Did it knock it off the stake?
It didn't.
That happened to me once. Knocked the Jake right off the stake, and it was upside down. Ruined my whole hunt because the turkeys were in the field when this
Oh,
happened.
really?
Yeah.
I figured once that hawk came down, if there was turkeys anywhere near, sometimes you can't see over the knoll or whatever, that action would have moved those birds on. But yeah, it was the first. It was.
Yeah, that's
Well, I have
crazy.
a question. Did you take video of it and send it to Loeb's while he was at work?
Well, I was working.
I wasn't.
Yeah, if
caught
you
me
missed
off
that
guard.
last week, Todd was sending his successful turkey hunts to Eric Loebner while Eric was at work
Painful.
and not killing turkeys.
And that has
Right.
caused some strain in the relationship.
It has caused some
So
strain.
let's talk about this, right? It wasn't only turkeys. It was also fish. It was also ducks. I don't think he can shoot a deer, so I don't think there was any deer there. There was other.
Wow.
Well, I'm pretty sure of that. I don't.
Well, I don't even know if he can
I'm
shoot
just-
ducks because we go duck hunting and he never
Thank
shoots.
you.
Right.
Thank
well,
you.
he's mentoring.
That's
Megan.
right. Thank you, Joel.
He's
We're
deferring.
on our 3rd year doing this. He can go hunt. I'll drive the boat.
Okay.
Maybe
all
I
right.
don't trust you to drive the boat.
Wow. We got to talk more about that in a minute.
Man, the show goes fast. We got more Wilds of the Week, and I can't wait for the recipe. This is Raised in the Woods.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
I say it every week, but Raised in the Woods is your one-stop shop for everything in the great outdoors of the Midwest. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I mean, last week's show, we were talking about a taxidermist who collects roadkill and turns it into jewelry and art, which is beyond awesome. And I never know quite the direction we're going to go. This week we
don't even know.
Well, we don't know.
We lost our compass.
Our compass never worked to begin with.
We
used it as a fire starter.
Yeah. That's why the show is in flames, everybody. I love the fact that we have got two very high-ranking state officials with us today, and I know you're only laughing now because you're retired, Todd Schaller, the former chief warden, and Eric Loebner, the administrator, the emperor of the fish, wildlife, and parks for the state of Wisconsin. We gave him that title, emperor,
because the emperor of the wild.
But if you think about it, he's actually like in charge of everything in the outdoors of the entire state.
Yes.
I don't think they're going to let him change his business card, though. We don't have the budget for that.
Right. Yeah, the budget doesn't exist for that.
What if we just do it and you start handing them out and it says Emperor Eric?
I don't know. If we started handing them out, right. And then I don't know, who's above you? Just the governor, probably, right? The governor says, Eric, we need to talk.
Yeah.
What is this business card?
Where did you pull this?
When did you...
You're not getting a salary increase with that anyway. So yeah,
you're not getting any bonus.
It's called fake it till you make it, Eric.
Thank you.
That's a company when they give somebody, they try to convince them to do more work and give them a different title, but no more pay, right? Yeah, that's like when you're a state representative and you run for Senate. You're still called a senator then, but you still get the same pay. Yeah. So there's really no benefit to it.
It's just clout.
Megan,
yes.
I don't know if I should be if you should be embarrassed by your Wild of the Week coming up because you gave us a little hint over the break, or proud of the fact that you're doing something about it, because there's a ton of people who cannot do this and then they act like they can. Now, I'm one who admits I can't do it, and it's really tricky.
I have to admit, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What was your Wild of the Week?
I went to a trailer backup clinic.
Yes.
Backing clinic. They teach you. This is a clinic where they teach you how to back up a
so
trailer?
the Women's Hunting and Sporting Association,
Awesome.
we do it every year.
What a great idea.
To
I
teach
think
it
it's great.
so that we're not teaching it at the boat ramp. There's no pressure. We're just like in an open
when you have
parking
people
lot.
screaming at you.
I was going to say, I've been to the boat ramp, and they kind of just need that in general for everybody.
They're mean to everyone.
Yeah, like everybody needs that.
Yes.
You don't have to be a girl. You could be
No way.
a person.
Yeah, you just need to be a human.
Well, I can, for one, tell you that backing up a trailer when you start to do it is one of the most, it'll mess with your brain like nothing else. Yeah. Because the opposite direction you're turning your vehicle is the direction the trailer will go. Yeah. And so while you're trying to get the trailer into a certain spot, you got to watch out where your car or truck is going. Mm-hmm. Because I have seen people looking at a trailer, backing it up, and they run their car into something else, or their truck into something else. It is definitely not easy.
My tip is...
Did it help?
Well, I have backed up a trailer before. I just needed more practice. And I have a harder time with the smaller ones than a larger one.
I was just going to say, my tip is, if you have a choice in a lineup, always take the biggest trailer. Yeah. It's always the easiest.
Yeah, because I mean, I've trailered like 40-foot trailers across the country by myself, and I'm fine. But
easy.
Boat, that's not so easy, especially if I have to put it in a specific space.
Mm-hmm. See, I
totally
have made
agree.
a habit. Anytime I take my goose trailer somewhere, I make a habit of finding where I can continue driving straight, so I don't have to back it.
Everything is forward.
There's a cul-de-sac at the end of my journey.
Your buddies call you, and you're like, "Why are you in Kenosha, Joel?"
I couldn't find a
There was nowhere to turn around, so I just kept driving.
I couldn't do it. Yeah.
Oh man.
Lobes, Emperor Lobes. Do you have a Wild of the Week? Were you out in the outdoors this past week?
I was out in the wild. It had a great week. You know, it's always a great week to be out in the wild, right? Whether you get something or not. And unfortunately, I've been struggling a little bit as of late. But I was Central Wisconsin Mead Wildlife Area, if you've ever been there. About 1,000 acres. It's beautiful property. We had lots of birds of a variety of different types. We had lots of waterfowl. We had swans, you name it. And I saw lots of stuff. Didn't harvest anything, but, like it is in being outside. It's always great.
Ooh, aren't the prairie chickens up that way?
They are. They're a little bit south of Meade on Buena Vista Wildlife Area.
know
See,
that,
Eric
Megan?
knows everything.
How does Megan know that? She's not the
she's smart.
czar of anything.
Megan
smart.
researches stuff.
I just read things.
Yeah,
She's-
Megan's a
she's-
reader.
She's a natural resources person.
Yeah, she's a natural resources
She's a
reader.
natural resource.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Todd
Yeah,
Schaller, what about you?
Yeah.
Did you have a nap?
I did. I did. My wild of the week was
A nap in the
napping in
sunshine,
his
maybe?
wine.
so my wild of the week, and who hasn't done it? Napped while they're at the turkey train.
that's a
Oh
good
my
I
gosh!
love
Part of it.
taking a nap in
Yes.
the turkey blind.
sun shining down.
It's
Sun
so
down,
peaceful.
leaning against a tree.
best sleep.
It is. That is a good nap.
Best concentration of oxygen, too.
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
I took a nap on the corn stalks in a blind, woke up to the Tom attacking my decoy, shouldered the gun and missed my shoulder and shot, and the bridge of the gun went right between
Ouch.
my eyes.
Oh.
I had two
You
black
scoped
eyes
yourself?
for 3 months with no scope, with the bridge of
Yeah.
the gun.
Ouch. That's a bad one.
Chef Lawton?
Well, I'm patiently awaiting a turkey hunt soon for me. But I got my horses out and groomed them in the sunshine, and it was lovely. They were so ready.
Oh, that does sound fantastic. Well, we've got the emperor of everything outdoors for the DNR, Eric Loebner, along, and I cannot wait to get into some of the things. I want to talk about endangered species, too.
Ooh, yes,
and the
please.
comeback, which you have witnessed for 30 years in that department, the comeback of the Wisconsin Eastern turkey in the Midwest, which is a fantastic thing to talk about. And we're going to touch a little bit on what folks can expect for species and numbers as we don't blink. We're only a couple months away from the opening of fall hunting here in the Midwest, which is always exciting. Plus, we have our very exciting recipe of the week, which I'm not sure Chef Lawton or Megan know about yet, what they're going to talk
Are you
about.
We
making
haven't
it up?
Do
consulted
you
each
have it?
other.
We'll figure it out, that's for sure.
Oh, I have two.
Find us on Facebook on Raised in the Woods, but stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss the rest of Raised in the Woods. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on Raised in the Woods. My name is Joel Kleefisch. I love hosting this show along with co-host Ellie Lawton and contributor Megan Salazar. Shout out to Sarah Marinas, our homesteader for the show. She has the week off, and I can't wait for her to come back and get us some of those summer homestead tips.
Yes.
We have some awesome guests on this show. They're guests so nice. They did the show twice. They were here last week, and they're back because we have a fascinating group of questions, and the show flies so fast. We hope that when you join us, you get as much out of Raised in the Woods as we try to supply to you. How to enjoy the outdoors of the Midwest, how to put food on your table from the outdoors, and just really get off of the 3-inch by 7-inch two-dimensional devices. Leave them at home. Go spend some time in the outdoors. Get off the video games. Turn the television off. Breathe some fresh air, because not only will it improve your quality of life, and I'm not one of those people who says I'm going to wait till I retire to do fun stuff. And
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
these Midwest states really are sleeper cells of enjoyment in this country.
It's so wonderful. And this time of year and going into the summer, oh, it's wonderful. I can't wait till it's 90 degrees and it's
Oh boy,
beautiful
Too hot.
out.
That's too hot.
Whoa, easy
You
in the
notice-
hater section.
I know. Did you see all the men were booing?
I'm with you.
Yeah, Megan's like,
Booing,
yes,
and
she
Megan
started
and Ellie
glowing.
Yeah, I
I just want to open my window.
We're so lucky.
I love it up to about 74, and then it's great. Like 55 to 74 is my temperature.
But come on, we have all the lakes and the parks and the festivals and the custard shops.
Oh, yes,
Oh my
this-
gosh, you
Perfect
guys,
at
we are
74.
Right.
Yes,
Thank
All
you.
those things.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
you know what, Todd, you are right. Yes, but if it gets 90, we're still going to enjoy them all.
We'll even
I'm
enjoy
melting.
more custard then.
I kind of curl up like an amoeba shivering in the corner when it's 90 degrees.
Well, then you got this quandary, right? If you eat your custard fast enough before it melts at 90 degrees, you get a headache.
Yes. That's
it just
true.
doesn't work as well.
My
It's a
problem
brain
is I
tuck in
eat
the
it
back of
so
your mouth.
fast I have to go buy another because I feel like I didn't have one.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, well,
We're really
we've got
lucky.
we are very fortunate in this United States and in the Midwest to have just an incredible gamut of things to do in the outdoors. If we are the impetus for you to get off the couch and use the outdoors, that will make me incredibly happy. We've got Eric Loebner along. In all seriousness, it's hard for me to even say that because we've been laughing so much. He is the administrator for Fish, Wildlife, and the Parks of the state of Wisconsin.
And
That is
research and endangered species.
research
Thank
and
you.
endangered species. That is a massive that is a lot under your jurisdiction.
Yeah, there is. You know what? And isn't it great?
It's great.
When you think about it, as you were talking about earlier, right? The Midwest has a lot to offer. We have 1.6 million acres of DNR managed lands. There's an additional 2 million acres of county forest lands.
That is incredible.
Isn't it?
I
You want
mean,
to get out and do stuff.
2
right?
million acres.
You want to go forage. You want to go trout fishing. You want to go, turkey hunting, deer hunting,
Waterfowl hunting.
waterfowl hunting.
Predator hunting.
Right. Pick a sport. Right. There's lots of activities, lots of places to go, and all of that takes management. Right. It doesn't
Yes.
just happen on its own. And I can say it as kind of the division administrator for Fish, Wildlife, Parks. It's really been, we're fortunate that we've had this culture and this heritage of getting outdoors, hunting, fishing, trapping. That's really provided a lot of that up to this point.
So go ahead, Joel.
Well, I want to talk about one of your massive successes in the state of Wisconsin, and frankly, neighboring states have worked with us on this, and that is the reintroduction and the flourishing of the Eastern turkey.
Right.
You've been in this gig for 30 plus years, and you were around when it wasn't, there
No.
were no turkeys to kill. How did that happen? That's fascinating to me.
Yeah, totally. Let's talk about that because it is a great success story. And there's a number of them that we have here in Wisconsin, but let's talk about turkey. 1980s is when they brought them into Wisconsin and ultimately southwest part of the state, worked with some of our adjacent states, specifically Missouri, ultimately trading rough grouse for turkeys and ultimately
Really?
bringing
That's
them
so
here.
interesting.
Yeah. And then I can remember too, growing up in central Wisconsin, we did not have turkeys there, period.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And it wasn't really until I was, one of my first, it wasn't my first job. I worked at Meade Wildlife Area first, but one of my earlier jobs in my career was I was the assistant upland ecologist. So I really worked hard. The very first turkey learn to hunt was something that I worked very closely on to put all the material together.
What year did that happen?
So that had to be 1990. It wasn't 4, so it must have been about 1996, I think.
Look where we've come.
Oh my!
Jeez.
It's unbelievable.
That's so recent. That's so recent.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
didn't have turkeys, and now everybody's hunting turkeys.
Yeah, the DNR at that point, and one of the main things that I did was help put on these learn to turkey hunt programs because nobody knew how to do it here in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It was a new activity. We were deeply concerned about safety, right? People out there with guns and camo, but again, hunting is one of the safest sports out there.
Yes,
but
it really
nonetheless, still just trying to train people on how to get involved in it.
How did it go from no turkeys to so many turkeys?
Well,
what did you do? How did that happen?
So we brought them into the state.
Did
and
you
as-
start with one rafter of turkeys, 10 rafters of turkeys? What
Yeah.
did you do?
Yeah, they brought in, I don't know the exact numbers, I'd have to look that back up again, but brought birds in from Missouri. And as that population naturally grew, we then took birds based on, we looked at all the habitat types and the key indicators of what turkeys needed for survival and looked around the state where were good places where we could put birds. And then we moved them. So we would literally trap birds, rocket nets, kind of like we do with
Waterfowl landing.
now. We'd shoot nets over, capture those birds, and move them to other locations. And we did that.
How cool is that? I
Yeah.
love this.
Yeah.
I remember being in high school, and so like 2 years ago. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's what it
Dog,
was.
dog years.
calendar are you using?
My own calendar.
She's using the Mayan calendar.
But I remember, 20 years ago, you guys, it would be crazy if I saw a turkey.
know.
Like you'd be
I
driving
know.
down the road, and if you saw a turkey, you would stop and be like, that is not supposed to be here. That is so weird to see. And now it's strange if you drive around and you don't see a whole bunch of turkeys. I mean, especially right now in the spring.
Yeah, we're talking about
It's
turkeys.
incredible.
It is incredible. And it's turkeys are one example, right? You can also take a look at, well, we've got elk now, right? We've got trumpeter swans here in the state that, depending on where you go,
There's a lot of swans around.
There are.
There's a lot of elk.
Swans.
There's a lot of elk.
The elk population is doing good. Yeah.
Doing great. That was another great success.
Yeah, I don't know if we're
Kentucky.
going to agree about the greatness of the wolf population growing, but
Well, that's one that moved in on its own, right? They came in from Minnesota and Michigan and ultimately repopulated the state. But for sure. So when you look at the species of wildlife that we have here, it is really incredible. And tremendous opportunities that come with that.
So can we take a walk on the dark side and talk about our endangered species here in the state? Because I think that's really important for people to know.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the Wisconsin DNR, we have the Natural Heritage Conservation, which previously it was known as our Endangered Resources Program. And so they generally work on species of greatest conservation need is kind of the new terms that we use. They develop the wildlife action plans. And those species then, ultimately the goal of that wildlife action plan is to try to keep those species from ending up on the endangered or threatened species list because nobody wants that.
Right.
So what are we talking about? What are the animals on that list or that we're working with right now?
Yeah, so there's a number of them. We have martens as
That
Yep,
makes sense.
Northern
Aren't
Wisconsin.
salamanders on there too?
There's a number of different salamanders and there's turtles.
Megan, you know the
frogs.
weirdest
Sorry.
stuff.
No, hey,
But I
she's
love
got it
it.
going on. I mean, she's got it going on.
Well,
Megan-
Salazar,
Megan Resource.
salamander.
Yeah, that makes
It
sense.
goes together, right?
Yeah.
It all rings together, right? It kind of rolls off your tongue. The salamander, Salazar, the same. Yeah. Anyway, it's there's a variety of different species, and we really try to focus in. There's a number of turtles that ultimately, they're. And we see like slender glass lizards. That's another species, right? That
I don't even know what that is.
Slender glass lizards.
Lizards, yeah.
Okay.
Very almost looks like people are going to curse me for this, but it looks a little bit to me like a cross between a salamander and a snake in a way.
Oh,
Really?
I think
Okay.
I've seen
It's a
a
way to
picture
describe
of
it.
one.
I bet you have,
Yeah.
Megan.
It's not like is it like a Gila monster a little bit?
Not really a Gila monster or not a chupacabra either. No. Nope. They're not anywhere really close.
I think muntjacs look like chupacabras, but
Oh, my goodness.
But yeah, so those, working with those species ultimately, and there's a lot of other like more insects, invertebrates, butterflies that we have in the state, monarchs being one they're not on the endangered or threatened list, but certainly we've been seeing their numbers decline. And so again, it's trying to work to figure out ways, what can we do to help prevent those species from ending up on the endangered or threatened list?
I assume a lot of that work is in habitat, working on the type of habitat that allows them to flourish.
Absolutely. It is a lot about habitat. Some situations, it might be just changing some chemicals that you're using for spraying something, right? Mm-hmm. Monarchs, I mentioned earlier, one of the big things they were seeing is a kind of a general decline in milkweeds. Now, some of you might be thinking like,
no, monarchs eat milkweed.
that's a primary host plant, right? And so you need that plant out on that landscape.
There's a lot in the Southern Caddo.
I just
There's a lot of
can't
milkweed
imagine-
there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is
The
absolutely
butterflies,
beautiful. I can't imagine what's got to be in your brain to know a little bit about every one of these species and all of the things we're trying to save and all the things we're trying to reduce numbers of. How do you decide when something's huntable and how much of it is huntable?
Yep, absolutely. So there's a variety of different things that we look at. So I'll use an example of the sharp-tailed grouse here in Wisconsin. We have a stable sharp-tailed grouse population. And most recently, it's been increasing, but there's a limited number of those birds here in the landscape. But when you look at something from a biological perspective, it's ultimately about the number of species, or number of individual animals that you can take. In many situations, you can biologically harvest an animal as long as it's a limited number. And so the way we look at it, when they do the endangered or threatened species list that gets regularly updated, we have different experts, some of which are maybe within DNR, Wisconsin DNR, as well as others maybe private groups or even other states. And so one of the key indicators that we look at, first of all, is what's that population doing? And then, is it critical here in Wisconsin? Are we like the national population of a certain species, like rusty patch bumblebee, right? Rusty patch bumblebee has
Well,
been
of course, the rusty patch bumblebee.
I don't even know what that is.
It's
a bumblebee with a rusty patch.
Thank you.
Well,
You're onto
I
it.
mean,
Simple. Yeah.
Okay.
But so what we found here, that was a species that was federally listed. And what we found here is that here in Wisconsin, we have a very healthy population. Same with Carner blue butterflies. Like if you go up to the Central Sands, Carner blue butterflies are a species that we have a pretty stable population of here in Wisconsin. And so they look at them from a variety of, like, okay, what's the habitat type they're dependent on? What's their population trends? Whatever data we have on that. And then of our populations here in Wisconsin, how critically are they on a state or a globe or a national or a global level?
What about
that level's the priority?
What about the other side of that though? Like having too many Canada geese.
Oh, for sure.
Why doesn't the limit increase with having a huger population of them around?
Yeah, that might be one of those topics that we have to come to after the break, but it's because there's a lot there in that question.
I also want to, when we come back, talk about how we work with our neighboring states on these things as well.
Yeah, that's fascinating as well. We've got Eric Loebner here, administrator for the DNR for Wildlife, Fish and Parks, Parks, Fish and Wildlife in whatever order. Todd Schaller, the former chief warden of the DNR.
I think it matters, Joel.
And we've got our recipe of the week coming up. This is Raised in the Woods.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Time stands still here on Raised in the Woods. Man, I wish it did. Don't blink or you'll miss this show. It goes so fast because we've got so much fun. My name's Joel Kleefisch. This is Raised in the Woods. We air on Civic Media stations throughout Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, Illinois, and Iowa. If you do not catch us live at 11 o'clock on Saturdays, co-host Chef Lawton, where can they find us?
Well, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, or civicmedia.us. Search Raised in the Woods, and you can listen to all of our past shows, get recipes, have a few laughs, maybe roll your eyes a few times.
I promise you'll do that, but you will definitely learn. And this show has gone so fast because there has been so much learning. It has been fascinating to me. And one of the reasons it's fascinating is that we've got Eric Loebner, the administrator for Fish, Wildlife, and Parks for the Department of Natural Resources for Wisconsin. Literally one of the highest guys up in charge of trying to keep it all in balance. And that is
we appreciate you, Eric.
That's
a big job.
Sticky wicket.
Yeah.
And we've got former Chief Warden Todd Schaller with us, who is a veritable wealth of knowledge when it comes to the outdoors, and a true sportsman himself who gets out there and hunts waterfowl and turkeys and you name it, and loves to send in his retirement pictures to everybody to make him jealous.
Painful.
Which brings us to one of the most exciting times of the week, our recipe of the week. Simple and easy, yet always delicious. Chef Lawton, take it away.
So I'm going to do a little bit of a brunch recipe today.
I love it.
Very, very easy, and it's going to feature...
As long as it has eggs, I'm rolling with it.
Well, how'd you know it has eggs?
You said brunch. I don't know. No, it doesn't.
Well, this one does have eggs. Gosh, Joel.
Well, I didn't ruin anything, did I?
I feel like you did, but I'm going to bring it back anyway.
All right.
So I don't really have a name for this dish. I don't know. Turkey toast? That works.
Sure.
So you're going to do some nice sourdough bread or whatever kind of bread you like. Put some olive oil or butter on it. Toast it up. Then you're going to do some avocado. So you can do some avocado pulp or you can do some fresh slices. I love avocado. I could eat it at every meal. Drizzle that with a little olive oil, salt and pepper. And then you're going to take your wild turkey breast that's been roasted, thinly slice it. You can do this with chicken or really any protein that you'd like, as long as you want to eat it for brunch. Going to shingle those slices over the avocado. I'm going to poach 2 eggs. I'm going to put that on top of the turkey and then top it with pomegranate seeds and pickled red onion. And if you want like a spicy mustard with it, so good.
Wow, that sounds absolutely. That sounds like something you'd get for breakfast in some foreign country.
Yeah,
or Europe.
probably.
Or something.
I would also. Joel's going to roll his eyes here. I would throw some feta cheese on it.
You had me. You even got me through the pomegranate seeds, but you lost me at feta. How about blue? Blue cheese? How about some Wisconsin
to be fair,
blue?
this is from a beautiful Wisconsin turkey, so I think we should put some nice, beautiful, sharp white cheddar cheese from
All right,
Wisconsin
that I
on
can
it.
do.
Get it all melty. This is a good little brunch thing that you could pack and
So
take in the
easy,
blind.
too.
It's super easy. I mean, it might be a little messy if you put it in the blind with your poached eggs, but who cares?
You could make
It's
this in the
delicious.
blind very
If
easily.
you're not in the
yeah.
blind in the Midwest, you're going to have a Bloody Mary with that, aren't you?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
If you're not in the blind.
So
Leave
we
it
have
to
a-
the warden to say if you're not in the blind, because I'm sure no one's ever had a Bloody Mary in the blind in Wisconsin.
Right. No.
A virgin
true.
bloody. That would be fine.
Yeah, that's true. I do. I enjoy Virgin Bloody
So we
Marys
have
all
a
the
couple
time.
minutes, and I want to take the time to talk about what was made and eaten at turkey camp.
Well, let me preface that real quick. I love that question.
Well, maybe
but-
there won't be time.
Well, Eric and Todd were in the same turkey camp. They're not
Yes.
just professionals
So,
together.
yeah,
They
so
go together.
Emperor Eric and Todd, they had to feed themselves while they were at turkey camp for 3 days, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 days, 3 nights, something like that. So what did you guys eat?
We had one night, we had a turkey wild rice soup.
Yeah, it was delicious.
And who made that?
Curry soup. My wife made it.
Ooh,
Very
turkey and rice curry soup.
Yes.
That sounds
Oh my
absolutely
gosh,
delightful.
that sounds amazing.
It was a heavenly. It was a little bit of a shocker for the Loebner Lodge. I mean, we
Why? Does the Loebner Lodge
You don't
just
have a
more
lot of
simple,
curry?
or-
it's generally a little bit simpler than that.
like grilled cheese.
Oh, you haven't
No,
gone hunting
no.
with us then?
No, I
Yeah.
don't. And I need to
no,
clearly.
we very commonly have to bury our underpants in different areas of the state.
You do.
Well, you do
I don't
for
have a
yourself.
gallbladder. We eat risky. Is all I'm
Oh,
trying to
that's what you.
say.
I was trying to
We
figure out
eat-
where we were going.
We
on
eat
that.
Yeah.
risky. So
Hey, Eric,
sometimes
I didn't
we're-
know where we were going with that either.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sometimes we're caught with the, in the nature calls.
What is
in
this we?
nature.
Yeah, why
By
are we grouped
I
in it?
mean me.
Megan and I still have gallbladders.
I intend to keep mine too.
Right,
Well, I
right.
hope
I would too.
So back to the lodge. What
Yeah.
else?
Yeah. So I think Todd was there when we had this still. We had kind of a turnover at camp this year.
Oh,
We had some
okay.
people in early and some
Sure.
people that. So we had, so I like to make use our wild game, right? We're gonna make sure we use it. So this is really a simple one. It was just, I take venison and I mix it with bacon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just basically have bacon venison burgers out in the grill.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you grind up your venison
Yep,
and
grind
mix
it
it
up.
with bacon.
Yep, like
Yeah.
Three
Well, that's
pounds.
nice because it adds a little fat because
Yeah.
the venison needs that.
Yeah.
Sometimes
and it gets flavor. It's got really
Yeah.
good flavor to it too. Yeah. So depending,
Sounds
you
delicious.
still got to make sure you don't overcook it, right?
Why do I want a venison burger now?
Because it's heavenly.
I don't think you can go wrong blending.
That would be really
Yeah.
good on top of the avocado toast that I
see,
just
I
talked
heard you
about.
talking about avocado
Yeah.
shingle or something. I was like, what
Yeah.
is she talking
Y-
about?
You
But-
just slice it and layer
Yeah.
it over the toast.
Yeah.
And you could use that recipe, blending your venison with your bacon.
Yeah,
You could use that
yes.
as a breakfast sausage the
you
next
bet.
day
You
as well.
could.
For
you
sure.
bet. You bet.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so we had some really good burgers. They were topped well. It was good. It was really nice and tasty. So it's like, yeah, that was.
Those
then
are
we
the
also
2-star meals.
maybe.
Yeah.
The other thing we like to do, we like to patronize the local businesses too, right?
Wonderful.
Go and go to the local restaurant and get some.
Oh, I love that. And
You
there's so
cannot
many in
go
Wisconsin
wrong.
that are
I mean,
great.
every restaurant
I know.
has a bar, and every bar has good food.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what the
Yeah.
state of Wisconsin's about, and everywhere in the Midwest. Frankly, when you travel around the Midwest, make sure to stop in, thank the locals for putting up with you, and enjoy their areas. We have had a great time with our guests, Eric Loebner from
Yes.
the Wisconsin DNR, Todd Schaller, of course, co-host Ellie Lawton, and sommelier contributor Megan Salazar. We love having you along. Check us out on our Facebook, Raised in the Woods. Follow us. Give us suggestions. What do you want to hear on the show? Everything about the great outdoors is great to be celebrated. We'll see you next week on Raised in the Woods.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.